Star 99.9 Maritime Chevrolet Acoustic Session. We have another one here at Little Pub. We are so excited to be with our friend Sarah Reeves. Thank you so much for doing this for us.
Thank you so
Hi.
much for having me.
Absolutely.
It's lovely to be here.
Yeah, Sarah. Okay, so go ahead, Kevin.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say we're loving the single Get Back Your Fight on Star.
Thank you for playing it.
Yeah,
Thanks
absolutely.
so much.
And I saw the remixes just came out. It's such a powerful song. Tell us a little bit about like what the meaning of the song and what went into it when you were writing that.
Yes, well, I wrote it in March of this year. I actually had my whole album already completed. And so about a year and a half ago, I went through just a big change in my life. I went through a divorce after 10 years of being married, which is crazy. I know I look young, but I'm older than I look. And, you know, I just felt like I needed some time away from all like the voices and the noise. And I kind of shut myself in my studio. And one of the ways that I found a lot of healing and therapy was to write music, and I didn't want to just write the lyric and the melody of a song, but I actually wanted to learn how to make the tracks as well. Yeah. And so I just kind of put my head down and really devoted myself to learning the music as well, and at the same time healing from my divorce. And at the same time, my team was like, Sarah, we really need you to be on social media and like be this like TikTok influencer. So I'm like, cool, how do I like do all these things? Like heal personally and learn production and be a social media influencer.
So much at once.
Yeah.
So literally I just was so vulnerable. I turned the camera around and filmed myself like learning the music, and then this song came out one day. Wow. And even though it wasn't like, oh, this is exactly what I've been through, it was just all of a sudden like people started flooding in, sharing their stories of how they're getting their fight back. Yeah. Wow. And it's just been a really powerful thing to see.
You know, and that's the awesome thing too about like sharing on social media, like sharing your creative process. One, the way social media is now is you can be a little bit more vulnerable, I think. And you find a community of people who like get it, right?
It's the only way to be. Yeah.
And then as you're like sitting there and in your studio, your production studio, Get Back Your Fight, it was your first time in the producer's chair, right?
Yes.
Okay, what was that like for you, like that learning experience? It's something brand new.
Something brand new. Lots of YouTube tutorials. Honestly, people are like, you know, how did you learn this? I'm like, honestly, just getting in there every single day and just pressing buttons. I don't know. And watching YouTube tutorials, calling like my producer friends, being like, you know, what plugin do you use for this? And just asking questions and really just being like diligent and disciplined has really been kind of my theme this past year. And the hard work has honestly paid off.
It must make the song feel more special. Not that your other songs aren't, but the fact that it was a special time in your life, you're going through that and you made it yourself.
Totally.
So do you feel that when you perform it too? Like,
it is very powerful because it is the first song that I've ever released that I have written 100% on my own and produced 100% on my own. Wow. And when my team told me to finish it, my first initial instinct was to call like a co-producer, you know, or my team, be like, okay, let's finish this together. But then I just felt like, you know, I need to do this for myself because this is something like, especially having been married so long, I was like, always attached to something, always dependent on something. So it's like, no, Sarah, you can be independent. Like you can do something by yourself. Yeah. And so I just felt like I needed to do it for me, and I hope it can be an inspiration for other people too.
It's such a relatable thing to so many of your fans, to people who hear the song. Yeah, like you're saying with the social media stuff too.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've been seeing on your social media that you got the Christmas album coming out.
It's
so exciting. So is this the first time you've done a Christmas album with Christmas?
No, so a couple years ago I released a small album. There's 8 songs on it, but it's called More the Merrier.
Okay.
And this year we added 4 songs to that. Okay. So it's a deluxe.
Nice.
But it's very jazzy and traditional. To me, like Christmas is a genre. It is a sound.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, totally.
And so it's like, you know, you turn on Nat King Cole and Ella Fitzgerald and Frank Sinatra on the vinyl player. Like that's what I feel at Christmas time. That's what I want to hear. And so I wanted to make an album that was that sound. So I do some covers and originals, but I also wrote some of my own. And even those originals, I wanted them to feel like classics. Yeah. And so I think we accomplished that.
That's great.
But you'll have to check it out. Let me know.
Oh, definitely. Especially because I'm feeling like the holiday spirit a little bit earlier
Me too.
this year.
I don't know what it is, but I'm
right
in
after
the spirit.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Jenna had a peppermint mocha in the studio yesterday, and we were like, oh, it feels like
pumpkin spice who? I don't know.
I love it.
Yeah, Christmas is coming. We feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah.
And you were talking about social media earlier. So, you know, going over the years, connecting with your fans, how has it changed? Like now with TikTok and Instagram and the way people can sort of share your videos or duet them, like has your connection with fans, have you felt it change with how socials change?
I have, yeah. I've learned to embrace it. You know, I think a lot of artists, and it is overwhelming. Like I think at first it was just like, okay, what does this look like? You know, I started very young as an artist. So I've evolved over time, but I remember like having to like get a record deal to have a CD in a bookstore, you know, and to have to play a concert live to get fans, you know? So the fact that we can do everything from home now and just like film ourselves and then it could potentially reach millions of people, like it's an overwhelming thought, but I think it's actually been really beautiful and resourceful and I've just embraced it and I've actually seen just so much fruit from doing that consistently, you know, like I think some artists like try it and they're like, okay, I tried it and like nothing happened, but I'm like, yeah, but you got to do it. Like,
you got to keep up
it's like
with it.
Exercise. Like you got to get in the gym for like, you know, 6 months to really see, or maybe 3 to 6 months or whatever, to really see results. And so I just committed myself. I'm like, all right, I'm going to get in there and I'm just going to like find my thing and post as much as possible. It doesn't have to be every day. It doesn't have to like, you know, if I'm not feeling it some days, I give grace to myself and I'm like, it's okay. Like
it makes it more authentic.
But I have found like a lot of connection to my fans. Honestly, I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for social media. You know, because I posted "Get Back Your Fight" on my Instagram, and that's how it kind of went viral. So,
and it's interesting that you know with your career, you sort of saw the pre-social media way that you were doing music, and now the post. Whereas a lot of artists who are young start now, and they just know the social media stuff. So that's cool.
And then even starting early in your career, I mean, you have like roots in gospel and contemporary Christian, which is great because there's a lot of opportunities there to collab. And now that you're branching over into the pop scene and even building more of a fan base, do you see yourself excited for any potential collabs or any dream collaborations?
I mean, my favorite artist, her name is Ray. Do you know? Are you familiar with Ray? She's like she's a UK based artist. She's doing an American tour right now. I just saw her in Oakland the other night. But honestly, she's been such an inspiration to me personally. It would be a dream to collab with her.
We're going to put that out there right now.
Yeah.
Just like, let's
putting it out there.
We had it first,
If you see it, if you know her, or if you are her, let's collab.
That's awesome. So you got the Christmas album coming up. You got your new album out. So what's next after that? Are you going to play some shows? What's next going into 2024?
Yeah, so we're hoping that 2024 will be a big touring year. Nice. So we've got some stuff in the works for that. And then, of course, I'm always like 6 months to a year ahead as far as creating music goes. So next week I'm going out to LA and I'm starting the next album. So we're going to start writing and I'm super excited about that.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, we're glad you're busy. We like that. More music.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you so much again for doing this for us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you again for your support.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Star 89.9, Sarah Reeves.